Good afternoon, everybody in the grant community. Today being Monday, the first day of the week, Monday 19 May 2025. It's important we come our way to give us the breakdown on what is currently going on in the grant community as it concerns the disbursement of the money that we throw in this community. We all know what is going on. The big guys, they are running away, they are not speaking, they are not saying anything. They are just keeping quiet, and everywhere looks as if they came and they've gotten what they came for and they are gone. And of course, that seems to be true, because if you look the history of these grants in this space, that has been the issue, ranging from the same down to UAAG. That has been the issue. It is so obvious the last extortion that Madam Gozi came to date, and of course up till now there's no light anywhere. In fact, the recent voice note from our grant pressure group is what is making people talk so much in the grant ecosystem. They would have kept quiet and remain silent, as they don't have anything to give to the grant community. But Ustaz came out. He's coming out really shake the grant ecosystem, as so many people are condemning their act, and based on the fact that they were the people that engineer Apostle Cain to extort money from people, they should be quiet, because they split as the result of issue of money. They should be quiet, and their voice note recently has caused so many fire in the grant space. So let's dive into what is currently going on. Let's dive into what is currently going on. They have been collecting money from people since 2 years ago, telling them that federal government will give them palliative. Up to date, where is the palliative? They've been collecting money, but Ustaz came out telling people that they did not collect money. I am a high witness that say the rich and the race were collecting money, sharing a screenshot or a proof of payment in their platform, of which it wasn't hidden, it was everywhere. Not until they saw the hit and they came and stopped the collection of money. Of course, that is what they've been doing. To me, they are worse than other grant handlers. They were known to be pressure group, but now they are now pleasure group. We all know they deviate from their primary aim, and we all know that all grant pressure group spoiled and ended in this their tenure. All grant pressure group, they were there to raise an alarm. They were serving as a watchdog as to any criminality in the grant ecosystem, as to any extortion in the grant ecosystem. But in this their administration, they've changed the narrative. They became grant handlers. They extort so much money from people. Ustaz came and scatter everywhere. He should have kept quiet and stay where he was. He came and scatter everywhere. Apostle Cain will definitely disburse the money which was secured by another person using his NGO as a platform. It is known as UAAG. That is the only grant everyone is waiting for, including all grant pressure group. If you like, believe, or you know, now this one is coming from a believer of UAAG, but then we all aware that UAAG came out and then told everybody that they don't have money, as well as Apostle Theophilus. He came out telling everybody that he doesn't have money. I don't know where this person is taking his right up from, but all the same, we have hypers in the ecosystem that are still hyping people to extort money. But all the same, if you said so, we are waiting to receive the money that you are saying that they have for us. Nobody in this grant community that come up with information of hope that did not collect money. Of course, this guy that came out and say that Theophilus is still having money. All right, sorry about that. Nobody, nobody in this grant community that came up with information of hope that did not collect money. Of course, that is what is happening. None of them collected money direct. They were collected, they all collected it in form of support. That is what they do. Apart from Theophilus, who is bold enough to compel people to pay some money at different intervals. See all of them now retirement benefit them they collect. Of course, that is it. Once you discover that nothing ahead, you collect your retirement in front of support. If people can believe Power of Five, Jennifer, Isaac, others to help them retire well, it is Dawood that they will not believe. Himself don't even need to ask. His own is just to encourage you to subscribe and support. That's all. Of course, that is what Ustaz they've been doing, support the movement that they will disburse the palliative, that there are some signing that they need to do and all that. That is what they've been doing, collecting money, feeding their families, sending their children to school. Of course, people are talking so much such that we cannot even read all. This one just came in right now. Of course, Kelly has given a palliative believers more hope. Wow. All of them are condemning Osim, but they are doing some things Osim does in a subtle way. Hope givers gown. Of course, we know Osim in the grant space. He's one of the guy that pilots one grant in Cross River State that extorts so much money from people. At a point, he bring strict that the grant is no more, and people were lamenting, crying, and he went and joined with Apostle Cain. He's still doing his job, of course. I don't know the year he will retire, and of course, all Grand Pressure Group hypers are more or less like them. It's only that they are doing their own in a subtle way, in a low key. We don't like these guys. So everybody should be careful in the grant space so that you will not fall a victim. Be careful in the grant space. If there's latest update, we will let you know. If there's a genuine update, we will let you know. So just stay calm and don't associate, don't spend your money anymore in the grant space. Good News Live update reporting at the moment on the situation of things.